Sasha had always resented. Even choosing those numbers felt like reclaiming something. College finally confirmed they were keeping my acceptance. The admissions board said they understood the situation and appreciated my honesty. They even offered resources for dealing with family trauma. I cried reading that email, relief washing over me in waves. My future was secure again, the path forward clear. Prom season arrived, and I let myself get excited. I'd found a beautiful dress on sale, and my friend Erin asked me to go as friends. It felt good to have something normal to look forward to. I even caught myself humming while doing homework, old happiness creeping back in. The dress hung in my closet like a promise of one perfect night. The night of prom, I was doing my makeup when I heard a crash. My dress was on the floor, covered in what looked like bleach. The fabric was ruined, huge white splotches all over the blue material. Sasha's bathroom door clicked shut down the hall. The chemical smell burned my nose. I stood there in my slip, staring at the destroyed dress, feeling all the excitement drain away. I wanted to scream, but instead I called Helen. She drove over with her daughter's old prom dress. It was green instead of blue, but it fit perfectly. Helen did my hair while I tried not to cry. She said I looked beautiful and meant it, her hands gentle as she pinned each curl. She even had matching jewelry in her purse, like she'd known I'd need rescuing. At prom, nobody cared that my dress was different than planned. Erin and I danced until our feet hurt. For a few hours, I forgot about Sasha and the chaos at home. I just got to be a normal teenager celebrating with friends. The gym was transformed with twinkling lights and silver streamers. We took dozens of photos, genuine smiles replacing the forced ones from family portraits. When I got home, Sasha was in the living room. She looked at the green dress and her face fell. I realized she'd been waiting to see me cry about the ruined dress. When I smiled and said I had an amazing night, she stormed off to her room, her disappointment palpable. For once, her plan to hurt me had failed completely. The next week, her therapist called a family meeting. She said Sasha had admitted to the dress incident and several other acts of sabotage. The therapist recommended a more intensive program, maybe residential treatment where Sasha could focus on healing without triggers. She explained that the current approach wasn't working fast enough. My parents were torn. They wanted to help Sasha but worried about sending her away. The therapist explained that sometimes distance was necessary for everyone to heal. She gave them brochures for several programs that specialized in personality disorders, glossy pages filled with promises of recovery. Each facility had testimonials from families who'd found peace through separation. That night, I heard my parents arguing. Mom wanted to try the residential program, but Dad thought they'd failed Sasha by not catching this earlier. They went back and forth about whose fault it was. I put on headphones and tried to focus on homework, calculus problems blurring through my tears. Their raised voices penetrated even through my music. Sasha must have heard them too, because the next day she announced she'd go to treatment. She said she was tired of being angry all the time. For the first time in years, she looked genuinely exhausted instead of plotting something. Dark circles shadowed her eyes. The fight seemed to have gone out of her, replaced by something hollow. We drove her to the facility the following Monday. It was 3 hours away, surrounded by mountains and gardens. The staff seemed kind but firm. They explained the program would last at least 6 months with family therapy sessions once a month. The building looked more like a retreat than a hospital. Other families were saying goodbyes in the parking lot, each carrying their own heavy stories. Sasha hugged our parents goodbye but ignored me. I was okay with that. I didn't need a tearful reconciliation. I just needed her to get help and leave me alone. As we drove away, I felt lighter than I had in years, watching the facility disappear in the rearview mirror. The mountains looked peaceful, like